Let's move to Ondo State now, where under the banner of Vanguard for Good Governance, leaders of the All Progressive Congress in Ondo State have protested to President Bola Tinubu about the party's primary election procedures not being followed. According to a statement released in Akure by their spokesperson, Evangelist Tade Ojo, the non-compliance would scuttle the smooth conduct of the primary elections on Saturday. The primary election for the governor has been scheduled for this Saturday by the party.
The national leadership of the party has vetted 16 candidates to compete in the indirect primary format. However, the coordinator of the group, Tade Ojo, in a statement alleged that the delegate congress, which was scheduled to hold on Monday, was not held by the party officials that were sent from the national secretariat of the party to conduct the exercise. He declared that the national officers allegedly violated the party's guidelines in a bid to rig the forthcoming primary in favor of Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa. Joining us this morning to look into this is the Director of Contacts and Engagements, Lucky Aiyedatiwa Campaign Organization, Dr. Charles Marindoti. Good Oludare. Good morning, and thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, Adi. Good morning, Osarogie. Thanks for having me.
All right, good morning. We'd like you to clarify what exactly is happening in Ondo State and with the APC. Is it safe to say that it is a party that is divided within itself and that cannot stand? There have been allegations of printing of fake slips and giving to people who are not members of the APC. So can you please confirm what exactly is the drama going on in the APC?
Thank you very much. Truthfully, first off, it's impossible. The primaries, the membership of APC has been closed for a while now, so new people cannot even come and join the party. So there's no issue of, importing these people. It is party members who fulfill their financial responsibilities to the party that are allowed to, that are allowed to vote in this primary election. And, you also mentioned just now that, they complained about not having a delegate congress. Well, we understand that there are two types of primaries according to the electoral act, right? Direct and indirect. So if you are doing indirect, you are going to want to have a set of delegates. So you have delegate congress. But when you are doing a direct primary, that is to say a truly democratic primary that is representative of the intention of all the card-carrying members of a party, there is no need for a delegate congress. It is anybody that has a party card that has been verified that will vote in their ward. And that is what APC had announced for a very long time that they are, practicing. They said they are alleging fake result or what, then they should bring the evidence. This is a crime that can be easily prosecuted if you find someone, with fake result or writing numbers. What I can simulate this to is, the way I used to act as a 5-year-old whenever I'm playing football with my brother. I'll go and run to meet my mother that my brother was cheating me. He punched me in the face. He made my goalpost wider, whereas I was just losing the game. And, so it's just a bunch of kindergartners crying foul for no just reason. I read all the allegations that they are making. To me, I didn't see any point in it. That's what I can say. The issue they have is that the people, I was on this program during the whole issue with Governor Aiyedatiwa and how he became, the governor. No, the issue is that the people supported him. The people have a sympathy for him. The people love him. You should see the campaign, the fanfare everywhere he goes. So they know that he is the number one and he is most likely going to win. So they are trying to stand in front of a moving train and they are getting railroaded. So they are crying baby. They are trying to cry foul even before the game has started, before the umpire blows the whistle. So it is, all these things are just a bunch of shenanigans. If they have the people support, whoever they are supporting, if that person has the support of the people, then let that person go and face a direct primary, face all the card-carrying members of APC, let them vote for them or not for you to be trying to look for a way to get a delegate congress so that you can cherry pick the people that and then they can vote for you. So to me, they are the ones that are trying to look for, what Yoruba people call Ogbonmwan, like a cunning way to get the party ticket. Governor Aiyedatiwa is the front runner, is the lover, is the one that the people love. In those states, the banter is Mofe Lucky. When you ask them, Mofe Lucky, they'll say, I want Lucky. I am lucky to have Lucky. Everybody is lucky in those states that we have a man that is cool, calm, collected, that is already investing in the future of the Ondo State child. to potentiate them for the jobs of the future, that is already investing in the healthcare of Ondo State, the welfare. There are so many things that this man is already doing. A man who listens to the people. He is one of us. So he is a man like them, a man whose story is from grass to grace. His father was poor, his mother was poor. He rose from the ashes of poverty and penury. He has grown these roses of success. So this is the man that the people have embraced in Ondo State, and the other guys are just, from my own opinion, just crying foul for no reason. They can't even prove the allegations they are making.
Yeah, can you clarify? Was that meant to be a delegates congress or not?
From what I have heard since for months now, there was not meant to be a delegate congress because it was a direct primary. So that is to say, direct primary, according to the Electoral Act, all card-carrying members of the party will just go and vote. Delegate congress is that you are putting a few people in the room, and then you want to select those who are going to now participate in the primary. So even from hearing that, which one looks more representative of the will of the party members of the of APC? It is a direct primary where there is no such thing as delegate congress. There is no cherry picking. The leaders should not be picking their voters. The voters should pick their leaders. In a delegate congress, the leaders are attempting to pick their voters. In a direct primary, which is what APC wants to do, which is what I have always been an advocate for, the people, the voters, are trying to pick their leaders, which is how democracy should work. So this delegate congress that they are saying is just a bunch of smoke screen that they are using to distract the people, and they are looking for an Hail Mary pass from the president, which is the leader of the country. He is not going to wade into such inanities, in my own opinion. So there's no plan. There was never a plan for a delegate congress. It was a direct primary where everybody who is a card carrying member, and not new member, people who have been a member for about a year. So it is not that anybody can sneak anybody into the party at this point. So it is all the card carrying members in Ondo State APC that will vote in that election, and they know that all the card carrying members, the majority of the people in Ondo State, if we had a good polling system, Governor Aiyedatiwa's approval rate will be in the 80s, because people just love him. They love the fact that he was steadfast, how we fought for them, how we navigated the whole shenanigans back all through last year. They love the work he has been doing too. They love his persona. They love his calmness, his focus.
Okay. Is there also any? Are you saying that there is? You did say that a number of the people there are crying foul, and you made reference to the kindergarten cry. But would you say that there is no sense, truth, or logic whatsoever to the complaints that a number of them have raised about the revalidation exercise carried out by carried out for the existing members, saying that some of the members are yet to receive their their tickets or their cards, yes, their party cards. So would you say that there's no sense to that argument? Or that
if they have a true complaint about specific people who are yet to revalidate their party members or renew their membership, and all. Even a lot of the aspirants had to do this whole process during the screening. Some of them didn't even have party cards and all of that. So if that is the problem, and these are their voters that they know, then they can work with their ward member at that local level and solve the problem between now and Saturday. Not for them to start crying foul when you have not even started. What effort did they make to help those people validate their membership so that they can qualify? Are they the ones trying to smuggle people who were, if at all, not members of APC into the primaries, and now because they are not allowed to, they are now trying to call call the witch is trying to call the child the witch or something that they are trying to project? Is this a projection that they are trying to do? Because if there is an issue that looks like a local issue that can be resolved, it is a part of your get your vote out strategy. You have 10 people in a ward, go and meet them, help them revalidate their it is not just, and also I don't think, like I said, it is people who have been a members and who have paid their dues for a while. So this is something that is so simple, is so local, that should not have warranted any form of press conference or smearing or trying to name Governor Aiyedatiwa is not the only one in the race. He's not even the only one with an office in the race. We have the Senator Jimo Ibrahim also in the race. So why did they isolate or identify Governor Aiyedatiwa as the person who is supposedly behind all of this? The simple thing is, if they have a true claim of people who are having issues revalidating their party membership, they should take it with their ward members. Governor Aiyedatiwa cannot be in charge of all the over, maybe 900 wards or so in Ondo State. So they can take it at that local level, solve that problem, and get their voters to come out to vote. But they can't do that because it is bomisio. It is like too much water and gari to not make eba. So they are trying to smear. They are trying to throw the mud and trying to make people start to doubt the outcome of the election even before the election started, which is quite frankly shameful. It is disgraceful. Well, we want a party whereby after the election, people will come together and focus on the main election.
Yeah, I just want to quickly share that there was a delegates congress. The APC's publicity secretary in Ondo State, Alex Kalejaye, I beg your pardon, made mention that there was a delegates congress, on Monday. It was only just delayed. So the complaints being made by this group are seemingly valid. They feel like they were locked out or left out of the delegates congress. Kalejaye says that there was a delegate. Your argument is that there was no delegates congress, but there actually was a delegates congress that was held on Monday. The publicity secretary of your party says that it was simply delayed because of late arrival of party officials and whatnot. But there obviously are discrepancies with regards to the conduct of that Congress, and maybe that's where these issues are arising from. So I want you to quickly speak on, that, and then also, Governor Aiyedatiwa, yes, you've, painted this image that he is the favorite for the people of Ondo State because of how well he's performed and how he handled the process before. But is the APC itself united in this state? There seem to be these internal squabbles. And who do you think might be sponsoring the crisis within the party in the state? Maybe because they just don't like Governor Aiyedatiwa's face.
No, what's it called? In terms of the delegate congress, well, what I read was that they said the party members, the party leader absconded or something, were absent from the venue of the delegate congress across the state. So, and I know that from my experience with primaries in Ondo State, when they are going to use indirect primaries, they hold the delegate congress. From there, they pick their delegates and then they go and vote. So maybe the delegate congress was held. Maybe, I don't know the details, the nitty-gritty of that actually. So, but if they had held the delegate congress, they also need to be specific about what's going on. But, Governor Aiyedatiwa became the governor just.
I just thought it was important to mention it, because you stated clearly that there was no delegates congress. The APC, those direct primaries, and so there's, and if you're speaking for the party and, of course, defending or speaking, or countering, rather, the accusations by this group, then at least you should have known that there was a delegates congress that was held on Monday. But go ahead.
Yeah. So, yes, I didn't have that fact that there was a delegate congress. I just knew that for a direct primary, a delegate congress was not going to be an essential part of it. But what I was saying is that we all know that Governor Aiyedatiwa just got to the path to power in November. Prior to that, there were a lot of people who had their ambitions out already. As a matter of fact, all the attacks he got during that period was as a result of his supposed ambition that was not even made known at the time. So you don't expect the party to just, all the other candidates, all those who have had ambitions to just roll over. They want to compete. They want to contest. So, and APC encourages that. APC is not divided. It's just a few people, and that's why you see that majority of the leading candidates, not just majority, the leading candidates in this race, you don't see them coming out to say all these things because they fancy their own chances and they are working on getting their votes. I just know that based on the word on the street, based on the feeling of the people, based on the affection of the people, it is for Governor Aiyedatiwa. So the party Governor Aiyedatiwa is an incumbent running for the first time, which is not a common thing. Most often when an incumbent is running, he's been in power for 4 years. He's already the established party leader, so it seldom gets internal challenges, and even when there are internal challenges to his re-election in the primaries, it is often very weak. But he is a new person. Some people had even announced their their intentions even before he became governor. So you can't expect those people or people who have been running for like decades, you can't expect them to roll over right now because Governor Aiyedatiwa is the governor. So we expect a free and fair primaries. The APC will make the primary. Ondo State is a decent state. We are made up of decent people. People will conduct themselves in good, appropriate manner during that election. And let us see, let the voters vote, let the votes be counted. If there are any allegations, get the evidence, and it is easy, you take it to court, and you are going to, once you get the evidence, you get to take it to court, you are going to have your day, you are going to have your say. But you cannot be preempting what has not even occurred yet when you don't have your evidences. If you have evidences, keep gathering them. But what I'm saying is it is going to be a smooth primary. APC is not divided. Everybody have their ambition. I even saw one of the aspirants, DIKK, make a say on another channel that is the Southwest coordinator. He's going to support whoever the party nominee is. There are so many. All the top candidates have said. Majority of them have said, at least that I've heard, that they are going to support whoever APC is. During a contest, people are going to contest against each other. They might say some things that are unseemly, but after the party is always a family affair. Brothers fight, tongue and teeth will fight, but they always settle and enjoy a nice meal together. So it is not, whatever is going on right now is nothing at all. It's just a little bit of here and there, just competition. And after the competition, once the winner is declared, everybody goes back to handshake and they work seriously for the victory of the party, because that's the most important. Continue the good work.
Okay, now that the political season is upon us, you would some have said that Governor Aiyedatiwa has pushed politics to the front seat and, as usual, governance to the back seat. And I say that because, of course, everyone is preparing for elections. He is preparing for elections. And you speak so highly of him. So what are some of the things that you will say in the short time that Governor Aiyedatiwa has been in office? What are some of the things you would say he has done? I mean, you've talked about how he's the choice of the majority. What makes Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, in your opinion, what are the practical things he has done that makes him the choice of the majority?
Well, there are some obvious things that he has done that I would just quickly mention, like the payment of arrears or salaries and all. But those are things that I'm sure you will say any government should do, right? But I'll give you a story about my Ondo State. Ondo State has not employed teachers for about 16 years. The last time they employed teachers was 2016. During that period, teachers like my mother and so many other teachers have retired. This is something that has had negative effect on these children in Ondo State. For decades, we have people sometimes 13, 12 years old who went through primary school but still cannot read letters of the alphabet. Governor Aiyedatiwa got in, he focused on that, he is in the process of employing 2,000 teachers, 1,000 in the primary school, 1,000 in the secondary school. This is the salient investment in the future of the average Ondo State child to equip them with the skills they need for the jobs of today and the future. Also, he has also started, the investment into all these, skill acquisition, technical schools, because we know that there is a dearth of skilled artisans in Nigeria in general. So he's trying to make Ondo State the hub of skill to supply to the Nigerian market. There's also the issue of, like the healthcare workers that he has also employed. These are one of the things that he has done. There's also the issue of the infrastructure, the little bit infrastructure takes time, definitely, but he has done a little bit of that even in this short period. So when you look at the kinds of investments that he is making and the plans he has for the security, how to use technology to harness education delivery, how to use technology to harness healthcare delivery in the remote area so that everybody is carried along, what he is trying to do in terms of the electrification of the southern part of Ondo State, some parts which have not even seen electricity for years. It might be difficult for people to know, to believe. But these are some of the very salient things that he has been doing that is already bringing succor to people in Ondo State. I mean, 3 months is a short time in the life of any administration or any government, right? So we can all be modest about what we can expect for him to have done. But from the few steps he has taken, you can see where his heart is. You can see that he's thinking about prosperity and the success of the average Ondo State child.
The part of Ondo State that you say hadn't had electricity for years, this was inclusive of the years when he was deputy governor.
Yes, okay. Exactly. And, it is, we all know how the political system works in Nigeria. Deputy governors are essentially, quote unquote, spare tires. And so, it's not like he's going to not take responsibility for it, but now he's at the helm of the affairs and he's, taking charge. He's working because essentially the problem with that region, he was the one that actually said it, is that the distributors don't have a way of recouping. So he's trying to invest in, prepaid meters so that those people can have a way of, getting the electricity they consume recorded, and then the suppliers can start supplying them. This is something that should have been done. Yes, it is shameful. I'm not even in government, and I am ashamed that there's a part of my state that does not have electricity for a while. But this is someone that, yes, he was the deputy governor, but you can all assume how much power he had, even when he was acting governor. But these are someone that have gotten to the mantle of power, and he is making salient plans, detailed discussions, important conversations to solve that problem. It is better late than never, right? So we can say it is late, but at least this is someone who is taking it seriously, and he is going to solve it.
All right. Dr. Charles Marindoti, Oludare, good morning again. Thank you once again for joining us, and wish you a wonderful rest of the day. And the APC in Ondo State, hopefully you find the unity that is currently lacking so that you can leave our president to govern the country and not come and meddle in Ondo State matters.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.